Hi guys, welcome to this video. In this video, I am going to show you how to design a professional newsletter or a blogging website with WordPress and Elementor. You don't have to write any line of code. I am going to show you everything step by step. By the end of this lesson, you'll be able to build this professional website. And this is the website we are going to build. We are going to start the header section. This is the header section, so we are going to create it and add this logo to it. So after that, we are also going to add this menu and add this button. So when we are done, we are going to create this hero section, and this hero section is having this two column, and we are having this text element on the left column and also this image on the right column. So after that, we are going to create another section which is going to have two columns as well, and one column is going to have all these blog posts, and this also is going to have some blog posts here and a form below. So as you can see, when you drag below, you can see that on the right it is not moving, but the left is moving. We are going to learn how to achieve it, so when it ends, we are able to see all the details on the right column. So here we are also going to add some elements as well, and we are going to design our footer. But we are not done with this. We are also going to learn how to design this category. So when you click on it, you can see we are going to learn how to design this archive page. And also when you click on the blog post, it's going to take you to the single blog post. We are also going to learn how to design everything in this lesson. So if you are new to this channel and you still haven't subscribed to this channel, kindly subscribe as I keep posting more happy video like this. So let's go back to our dashboard. So back here, I am in my dashboard right now. I have already logged in my admin dashboard, and this is how your admin dashboard is going to look. So if your admin dashboard is not looking like this, all what you can do is open this screen, and you are going to see a lot of options here. So you just have to remove it by clicking on it. So after that, you are going to have a very clean dashboard like mine. So here on your left side, come below, you see appearance. Put your mouse cursor on appearance. You see this option, you see theme here. Click on theme, and it's going to take us to our page where we are going to install our theme. And here you can see this is the theme we are going to use through this lesson, and this is what I have installed. If you want to install the same theme, you can come to the up here and click on add theme. Click on it, and it's going to take us to this theme option here. Okay, so when you come here, you can search for any theme. All right, so assuming you want to use the same theme as mine, so you are going to search hello Elementor. Okay, so you search for hello Elementor, but if you already have a premium theme that you bought, you can upload that premium theme here. So the theme is going to appear and you install it. I already have the theme here, so I'm not going to install or do anything. So you can just install and activate it. So after that, come to the left side again, come below, you see plugin, click on plugin. So here on this plugin page here, or this plugin part here, you can see the plugin that I have installed. I have three plugins here, and this one is the Elementor Basic plugin, and this one is the Elementor Pro plugin, and this one is SVG Support plugin. And the Elementor Basic is free, so you can install the Elementor plugin free, but the Elementor Pro is a premium plugin. I will be having a link under my description where you can get the Elementor Pro. And this plugin, because the file that we are going to use, the logo is an SVG file, that is the reason why we install this plugin. Okay, so if you want to install any plugin, come to the up here, you see add plugin, click on add plugin, and it's going to take you to the plugin part. Okay, so here you can search for any plugin that you want, or if you have a premium plugin that you want to upload, you can also upload it here. So let's search for Elementor plugin. So you have to install the Elementor basic plugin before you can install the Elementor Pro. So when you search it, it's going to load. So once it comes, you just install and activate it. So here you are going to see the Elementor plugin, and this is the Elementor plugin. So you just have to install and activate it. I already have it, so I'm not going to do that. So after that, come to the left side and come up here. You will see media. Click on media, and that is going to take us to the media part. Okay, it's going to take us to the media library where we are going to have all our media files, our images, and everything we are going to use for this lesson. So here, if you want to upload your image, you see, you come to media, and at the up here, you see add media. You just have to click on it and upload all your images. I'm going to have all these images on the description. I'm going to have a link in the description where you can get all these images. Okay, so after that, you come back to the left side and come below. You will see pages. Click on pages, which is going to take us to our pages part here. And here, any page that we want to create, this is the part we have to come and create any pages. So here we need a home page, so we are going to create a home page. So let's create our home page by clicking on it. Okay, so we are going to click on it to create our home page. So it's going to take some time. It's loading, right? So just give it some time. And here on the title, let's give it home, because it's going to be our home page, and we are not going to add anything here. So after that, just publish it, and our home page is being created. So let's come back, put your mouse cursor here and click on it. All right, and come back again. You can see our home page is being created. So come back to your left side and go up here. You are going to see post. Click on post. So on post, as soon as you click on it, you can see we are having a lot of blog posts here. I've already created all these blog posts, but I'm going to have a file where you can get all these blog posts. So you come to the left side and you come below here. All right, and so you put your mouse cursor on it and click on import. So I'm going to have a file for you for that. So here you will see all your blog posts. So all these blog posts is already created. So you are going to see all your blog posts here, but maybe yours is going to be empty. Yes, yours is going to be empty. So if you want to add a blog post, you will come to the up here. You see add post. Click on add post. It's going to take you to the blog editor page, and here you can enter the blog title and you enter the blog content and everything. So if you want to know more about this, I'm going to make a detailed video to explain everything into details. So this is how you can create a blog post, but I have already created all my blog posts, and you can see I've also created a category and everything. So I'm going to make a detailed video for that. But if you want to create a blog post, this is where you can create your blog post. And also you want to create a category. So let's click on category here. You are going to see, so this is all our category we have. So you can create your category here as well, but we already have all our category we are going to use for this lesson. So let's go back to our page. So I just wanted to show it to you so that you know that our blog post is ready. So what I was explaining, that you are going to import this file. So if you I'm going to add a file to it. So you have to come to the tool and go to import. So when you click on import, you are going to have this page. So as soon as you have this page, you are going to click on install WordPress here. Okay, so it is not mandatory if you want to use the same blog post as mine. If you see the file, but if you didn't see the file, you want to create your blog post, you can just come here and create your blog post, which I'm not going to do. If you are getting confused, just leave it and create your own blog post from scratch. But I'll try to make a detailed video and explain everything into details. So let's go back to our home page, and here on our home page, let's click on edit. So we are going to open this home page, and here is going to take us to the page editor part. So here we want to edit it with Elementor, so click on edit with Elementor, which is going to take us to Elementor. So let's click on it, edit with Elementor. So it is still loading, so let's give it some time, which is loading. Okay, so it has finished loading. So from here, what we can do, you can see the light. Let's go to the left side. Let's go to the left side. Okay, and let's click on this icon. So after clicking on this icon, you will see user preference. Click on user preference here, and display mode. Let's click on this dark mode. If you want the light mode, leave it to the light mode, but I prefer the dark mode. So let's click on the dark mode and save it. Okay, just like this. So after that, let's go to the page settings, and on the page settings, come below, you see page layout. Click on page layout and change it to Elementor full width. So after that, you just have to save it, change it to Elementor full width, and just have to save it, publish. So after it's being published, let's publish it. Okay, so after that, let's publish it. So it's being saved right now. So right now, let's go back to our reference site. So this is our reference site. Let's click on it, and let's go to our home page. So this is the home page of the reference site, and this is the website we are going to build. So we are going to start with the header section, but before, let's give it a background color on the home page, this whole background color. So let's do that. Let's select this color too. Let's click on this background color. So after that, let's click on it and copy the color code. So this is what I am just doing right now. So copy the color code. So let's go back to our working environment, and let's create our, we are not going to create any session yet. So what we can do here, click on this icon, this logo icon, Elementor logo icon. Just click on it, and here go to site settings by clicking on site settings here. Okay, so here on site settings, come below. So below you see these settings, you see background. So click on background here, and you are going to see background type. Click on it, and you can paste the color code. So let's paste this color code, and we can save the color code. BG, it can be any name, right? So BG color. So let's identify it as main background color. So let's save it. So our color is being saved. So from here, let's save changes. So after we save changes, we can always come back. So you can also go back if you want to change your global color, your global settings. We can always do that. Sorry, my system is freezing a little bit. So you can always do that, but sake of beginners, I am going to keep repeating it. So if you want to change your global font, you can go to your global font, change it and set it as default, your global color too, but I'm not going to do that. Right. So let's go back and see what we are going to build first. So we are going to start designing our website. So let's see. So this is what we are going to start designing. We are going to start designing our header section. So let's go to our working environment and design this header section. So we are back in our working environment, and here we are ready to start designing our web page. So as I said, we are going to start designing the header section. So before designing the header section, we need to create a template for that. So we have to go inside the dashboard and create our header template. But before we go inside our dashboard, let's upload our logo here. So let's go to this icon. Let's go to site settings. So let's click on it, or we can just go to preview. Click on preview here. Let's click on preview, and at the up here you see customize. Click on customize here, So you click on it, it's going to load. I can see it here, it is loading. So when it is on customize here, go to site identity, click on it, and here you see logo. So let's select our logo, and this is our logo. So you see our logo, just select our logo, upload it, and you can see that it is an SVG file. So let's escape the cropping. Okay, so we are going to escape the cropping here, and our logo is being uploaded. So after that, all what we can do is just publish it from here. So let's publish it, and that is all. So let's go back to our page, and let's go to our working environment. So let's go to our dashboard. Sorry, let's go to the dashboard rather. So here inside the dashboard, let's come below. So you come below, you see Elementor here, not below, but here rather you see Elementor. So when you see Elementor, put your mouse cursor on it. This option is going to open, and you see Team Builder. Click on Team Builder. So after clicking on Team Builder, this option is going to open. You see templates here. So you see all these templates. So all what we need is the header template. So we are going to click on the header template. Click on the header template, and our header template is going to be created. So it's going to load, and it's going to take us to our header template working environment. So Elementor is going to give us pre-made header template, but we want to create our header from scratch. So let's close it, and it's going to take us to our header working environment. And as you can see, it has given us a generic name for the template, and that is Elementor header. So let's go to the settings. Let's click on settings, and let's change the name and let's make it main header. Okay, so let's make it main header. So after that, let's publish it, add a condition, and save it. So right now everything is saved, and we are ready to start designing our header. So this is our working environment. So let's go to our element panel. Let's click on this plus icon. It's going to open this flex box. Click on it, and this section is going to open. Let's select this first container, and our container is also created. So let's select the section here. Let's go to layout, come below on the white here. Let's give it a value of 1300, and after that, let's publish it. Go to advanced. On padding, let's give it some padding of 20, like this. So after giving it that 20 padding, let's remove the padding first. Okay, so let's publish it, and let's uncheck it. Let's remove the entire padding, right? So what we want to do, let's add a container inside this. So let's go back to our element panel, and let's look for container. So let's drag this container inside here, and after that, let's select this container rather, go to advanced, and give it padding of 20. And after that, let's go to style, and also we are going to give it a border radius. So let's go to border and give it a border radius of 20, like this. So after that, we are not done. Let's go to background, and let's give it a background color of white. Okay, so now we are going to publish it. So after publishing it, let's go back to our element panel. Let's look for logo widget. So let's look for our logo widget. So this is our logo widget. So let's drag it inside, and automatically we are going to have our logo here. So let's go to style, and let's send it to the left like this. So after that, what we are going to do, we can play with the settings. Let's select it, and on here on the white here, let's give it a value of 50%. So I think like 50%. Okay, or if it is too much, let's decrease it. Okay, I think this one is okay, but we can always come back and adjust it. So let's go back to our element panel and look for another element called menu, and that's going to be WordPress menu. WordPress menu here. So let's select it and bring it below inside that container. And here we are seeing all our menu, but we didn't create our menu, so we have to go inside the dashboard and create our menu. So what we can do is just preview, publish this and preview our site, and we can use this opportunity to pass through this and go to our dashboard. So here we are inside our dashboard right now. So come below, you see appearance. So on appearance, put your mouse cursor on it. You are going to have this option. So you see menu here, click on menu. It's going to take us to the menu page, and here we can create our menu structure. So this menu is going to be our header menu. So let's name our menu structure header menu. Okay. So let's name it, and here you can see we are going to select header here because it's a header menu, and let's create it. So on the left side you can see we are going to have our menu item, and we have already created our category. So we are going to go inside the category, and this is all the category. So let's check our reference site, and these are the category we want to bring to the front. So let's go back and add this category. So let's go back to our working environment here. So we are going to add traveling, health, style, nature, technology, I think. Okay, so let's add it. So after adding it, let's save it. So after saving it, we can rearrange it if you want. So we can make the nature to friends, we can rearrange it the way it is, but we can also leave it the way it is. So let's go back to our working environment, and here what we can do, we can just refresh our page. Let's refresh it. Okay, so you have to refresh your working environment. Okay, so automatically we are going to have this. So after having this, we can play with the settings. So let's select this. You can see our menu is now showing. So let's play with the settings. So here we are going to leave the content setting the way it is. So let's go to style and go to typography. Let's click on typography, go to font family, change the font family to Poppin. So also you can set your font, your global font, so you don't have to come back and change the font family all the time, because we are going to use Poppin throughout. So you can set your global font, but I'm not going to set my global font. So let's enter the font size 16 and also reduce it to 500. Okay, we can reduce the font text to 500, or we can even go back and make it 400, the thickness. Let's make it 400. Okay, like this, and it's looking good. So all what we can do, we can just go back and change the color. So let's change the text color. So let's click on it and change it to this blue color. So you can even use any color you want, so you don't have to use the same color as mine. So you can always change the color and put the color you want. Okay, so I think this is okay. So let's publish it, and let's go to our reference site, and we need the color of this button. So let's right click on it. Okay, so we can see the color of this button here. So let's copy the color. So let's copy the color code. So after that, let's close it and go back to our working environment. So let's go to hover. So on hover on the pointer, let's enter this pointer color, and that's going to be this color we just copied, and let's save it. And this is going to be our light pink color. So you can name the color any color you want, any name you want. So after that, the text color, let's see, our reference size is going to be the same blue color. So what we are going to do, let's go to normal, let's copy this color code, and back to the hover, and on the text we are going to select the same color and replace it. Go to active, we are going to use the same color as well here. Okay, and the pointer too, we are going to use this color as active. So let's publish it. Good. So after that, let's go to our element panel and look for another element called bottom. Okay, so let's drag the bottom element below. So from here, let's check our reference site, and you can see the content inside become a member. So let's go back and apply that. So let's close this and go back here and write it here, become a member. Okay, come back and change it. Okay, so after that, let's go to the style. So on the style, on the background type, on the background color, let's change the background color to this color. And all what we are going to do on the active, the hover also, let's change the hover color to this background color. Okay, I think let's give it this white color. No. Let's go back and change the hover color again. Okay, so let's change it. So you can play with the settings. So the hover color, let's change the same color, this light color. So after that, let's make it a little bit transparent. So we are going to have this. Okay, I think it's okay. So from here, let's give it a border radius. So let's go below and give it a border radius of 30, like this, and everything's looking good. So after that, let's select this container here and go to layout. So on layout, on item direction, let's click on row, and it's going to send it to the left. Okay, it's going to align it like this. So after that, let's select this and also go to content, but let's come back, let's go to advanced rather, and on advanced, let's come below. So below, you are going to see this size. So on size, click on grow, and it's going to push it to the right size. So after that, let's go to the up, let's go to style, and on style, let's increase this one to 50%, like this. So after that, let's select this container again, and let's come below. So on item, on align item here, click on center. Good, and it's going to center everything like this. So after that, let's publish it, and let's select a parent container of this. Let's go to advanced. On margin here, let's change the unit to EM. Let's uncheck this margin, and let's give it a top margin of 3 EM, like this. Okay, so after that, let's publish it and let's preview. So this is what we just did right now. So we have achieved our header section very nicely. So let's check our reference site right now and see what do we have to design next. So this is what we have to design there. This is the hero section. So let's go to our working environment and design this hero section. So we are back in our working environment and ready to create our hero section. So we are going to create our hero section, and we need a template to achieve what we want to do. And what template do we need? We need a loop item template. So to do that, we also have to go back to the dashboard again and create our loop item template. So let's preview it. Let's preview this site, and here let's go to dashboard. So on dashboard, on your left side, come below, you see Elementor. Put your mouse cursor on it. You are going to see this option, and then you see team builder. Click on team builder, and it's going to take you here. Okay, so when it take you to this page, click on add new, and you are going to see all the templates here we have. So we need a loop item template, and this is the loop item template that we need. So click on it, and it's going to create our loop template. So it's loading. It's taking some little bit of time. So Elementor is going to give us some pre-made loop item template, which we don't want. We want to create it from scratch. So let's delete it. Let's close it. So after that, our working environment for our loop template is being created. And here you can see, let's go back, and here you can see Elementor has given us a generic name. So let's go to settings and let's change the name here. You see title. So let's write our name, and this is going to be our hero loop. Okay, so let's name it our hero loop. So after that, let's publish it. So it's going to load and publish. So now we can start designing our template. So let's click on this plus button and let's click on this flex box. And here we need a to container, but I'm going to delete this one. Automatically it created a to container for us, but let's click on this again. And here we need this two column here. Okay, this two column container. So let's click on it, and our two column container is going to be created for us. So what we can do here, we can just select this, go to advanced. On here on advanced, let's click on padding to remove the padding, to uncheck this padding. So we are going to uncheck this padding, and after that, let's click on this, go to advanced, uncheck the padding, remove the padding. Let's go to the second container, go to advanced, remove the padding. So we can select the parent container here and go to layout and give it a gap below. Let's select it again. So here you see gap, let's give it 20. So after that, we are going to have this gap. So let's go back to our reference site, and here the gap here is a lot. So let's go back and let's make it 40. So let's make it 40. I think 40 is okay. So let's check it again. Okay. So what we are going to do right now, we are now going to make this first container 40% and this container 60%. So let's go back and make it. So let's select this container, go to layout, and let's make this one 40%. And let's go to the second container and make that one 60%, like this. So we can publish it and we can start adding our element. So let's go to our element panel and look for heading. So let's drag our heading element inside this. So after dragging this element, let's go to the left side. So on the left side, on the control panel, you are going to see this icon, this dynamic tag. Click on this dynamic tag. So when you click on this dynamic tag, you are going to have this option. So we are going to click on post terms. So after that, you click on this icon here, click on it, and you are going to see this taxonomy. So click on it and change it to category. So it's going to bring our category here. So after that, click outside and let's go to style. So on style, let's go to typography here. So click on typography, and here on font family, change the font family to Poppin. Good. So after changing the font family to Poppin, just increase the font size to 16, like this, and reduce the thickness to 500. Okay, it's looking good. So let's see, and we have to change the color. So let's select this. You can just right click on it. So once you right click on it, here is going to load and you can see the color here. So let's copy the color code, close it, and let's go back to our working environment. Let's select this element and let's go to color and let's paste this color, and we can save this color too. So let's make it dark pink, like this, and create it. So you can name your color anything. So after that, let's go back, let's check our reference. What do we have to add? We need this title. So let's go back to our element, our working environment, and let's go to our element panel, and let's look for this element or this widget called heading. So let's drag our heading inside the same container again. So after that, let's go to our control panel, and here on this tag, this dynamic tag, click on it. And after you click on it, you see all this option, and here we are going to select post title. Select post title. So after that, let's go to style. So on style, go to typography. So on typography, change the font family to Poppin. You change it to Poppin. Increase the font size to 40. You can put it in the value of 40, and the thickness we are going to leave it to 600, and the line height we are going to put a value. So let's select it again. Let's give it a value for the line height, and that is going to be 48 pixels, like this, and everything is looking good. So let's publish it. The arrangement of this content, no worry about that, okay? So nothing is going to, it's not going to do anything. So we are still going to have what we are doing. So here, let's change our font color. So let's change the font color. Let's check. Yes. So let's check the font color to this dark color, and everything is looking good now. So after that, let's go back, and we need to add this text element. So let's go back to our working environment, and let's go to our element panel and look for text editor. Drag this text editor inside this container. Good. So after that too, on the left side, you can see this dynamic tag. Click on this dynamic tag, and let's select post exempt here. So you select it, and after that, you are going to see this icon. Click on this icon, and here on the length, on the exempt length, let's put 29, like this. Okay. So after that, let's click on apply to post content. Click on it. So also go to advanced, and on after, let's put this 3 dots, this 4 dots. Let's put this 4 dot like this. Just follow my step, okay? So if you want a detailed video of everything, just let me know. I will make a detailed video. Also, let's go to style. So on style, we are going to change the typography by going to typography, go to font family, click on it, change it to Poppin. So you can set your global font, but I'm not going to do that. So you can do yours. So after that, let's give it a size, font size of 18. Let's leave the thickness the way it is. And the line height, we are going to put 32 pixels for the line height. So after that, you can click outside. Okay. So let's check the color. So let's change the color as well and make it a little bit darker, like this. And I think everything is looking good. So we can publish it. And also what we can do, so here, let's publish it here. All right, so let's publish it, and let's go back to our home page, our working environment for our home page. And I've created my template. I've not finished it yet, but I want to continue it inside this home page. So on the home page, we are going to look for a widget called loop. So type in loop here, and we are going to see loop carousel. So drag this loop carousel, but before, let's create a section. So let's create our section, and that's going to be a one container section. So let's select this section, go to advanced. So on the padding, let's uncheck this padding and give it a custom padding of up 80, bottom, let's make the bottom 100. Okay, like this. And let's go to layout and give it a width of 1300. So after that, let's publish it. And again, let's go to our element panel and look for this element, this widget called loop. So type loop inside, and you are going to see loop carousel. So let's drag this loop carousel inside this container. So by bringing our loop carousel widget, that is going to ask us to create a template, which we have already created. So you can also click here to create a template, but we have already created our template. So on the control panel, you can see choose a template. So we are going to select a template that we created. So let's select and search for it, and that's going to be hero. you can remember we named our template hero loop. So you search for it here, then select it. So once it's selected, it's going to bring your template you created. So let's select it. Let's put it here, one. Let's select one like this, and we are going to have this. Okay, so this is all what I want. So let's publish it. And here, I don't have to go back to the dashboard and edit it. So I can click on edit template here, and it's going to take us to our loop item template editor. So let's click on it, and straight from here is going to take us to our editor, our loop item editor. So now we are inside our loop item editor, and here you can see that everything is aligned very nicely. So let's continue with our designing. So let's check our reference site. We need to add this. Okay, so let's go back to our working environment. Here, our working environment, and let's look for icon list. So let's drag this icon list below here inside this container. So after that, select it, delete this one, delete this one. We are going to have one here. So let's open this option, and here click on this dynamic tag. So click on it, and you are going to see post date. Select the post date. So let's close it. So you select the post date. So as soon as you select the post date, it's going to give us the date our blog post was posted. So after that, come to the other option, and this is the icon. Let's change the icon by going to the icon library and look for date, and that is going to be calendar icon. So just select this calendar icon, select it. So after that, we need to duplicate this one. Okay, just let's duplicate it. All right, so we need two. So let's open it, and here we are going to close this and change the dynamic tag to post time. Okay, so let's select post time. So after that, it's going to bring this, and let's change the icon. Let's change the icon to clock, and let's select our clock here like this, and everything is looking good. So after that, you see layout option here. So click on inline, and it's going to inline it. Click on it again, it's going to inline it again like this. So let's go to style and style it. So let's go to the text, click on typography. So after clicking on typography, let's go to font family and change it to poppin. Increase the font size to 14 like this. Okay, we are going to leave this. So after that, let's make the color a little bit darker but lighter. Let's make it lighter. Okay, like this. So let's go back to the text option. So we are going to leave it the way it is. So let's go to this icon, and we can make the icon around 60 and change the icon color to and make it lighter. Click outside. Okay, so let's go back to the icon section. You can make it lighter, so more lighter. I think this is okay. So click outside. So after that, this is what we have, and we are going to publish it. So when we are done with this, let's come back to the second container. Select this second container, go to style, on background type, click on classic, and this image, you see this dynamic tag. Click on this dynamic tag, and here select feature image. So select this feature image. So as soon as it's going to bring our feature image, and here we have some settings here. So display size, select cover, repeat, select no repeat, and position, select center like this. So after that, let's close this category. Let's go to border here. So on border, let's select a solid border color. So select this solid border color, and let's give it a wide of border. So let's make it 15 and change the border color to white. Let's change it to white like this. So after that, let's give it a border radius of 20. Okay, so now we can just publish it. So after publishing it, let's preview and see what we just did. So we just finished designing our hero section. So let's go back to our working environment and make some little adjustment. Okay, as you can see, it has not taken the size that we want. So let's go back to our working environment. So let's see. Okay, here is our working environment. So what we can do, we are going to click on edit template, so which is going to take us to our loop item template editing working environment. So let's click on it, and it's going to take us there. So as you can see, we are inside our template working environment. So what we can do here, we can bring this structure, select this container, this parent container, go to layout. On here on the white here, let's put 1300 like this, and we are going to achieve it very nicely. So after that, let's select this container, let's click on it, select this first container, go to layout, on justify content, click on center like this, just like that. So after that, let's publish it. Okay, and let's select this also. Let's select this and go to layout. So on layout, let's give it a minimum height. So let's give it a minimum height of 400. Okay, and let's publish it. So let's preview and refresh it. And now everything is looking perfect. You can see we have achieved our hero section very nicely. So let's go to our reference site, and this is our reference site. So this is our next design, and that is going to be our next section. So our next section, this is what we are going to design for our next section. So let's go to our working environment and start designing this section. So we are back in our working environment and ready to create our next section. So to create our next section, just come below here. You see this plus button, click on it. You see this flex box, click on it. And here, let's select this 2-column container. So click on this 2-column container and it's being created. So let's select this section, go to advanced. So on advanced, let's remove the padding, let's uncheck it, and let's go to layout. On the white here, let's give it a value of 1300. So after that, let's publish it. So now let's select the first container here, go to advanced and uncheck this padding. Let's uncheck this padding. Let's select this second container, go to advanced, uncheck the padding. And let's select this parent container. Let's go to layout again and come below. You are going to see gap here. So let's give it a gap of 40. Okay, like this. So after that, select this first container again. Go to layout, and on the wide here, let's give it a wide of 70%. And let's select the second one. Let's go to layout and make that one also 30%. Okay, so like this, let's publish it, and everything is looking good. So let's preview it, and it is having some background color. No, it is not having any background color, so we are going to leave it like this. Okay, so from now, let's go back to our working environment. Okay, we are still in our working environment, and what we want to do, let's go back to our dashboard and create a loop item. So to do that, go to your dashboard. You can either click on this icon and click on exit to WordPress, which I'm not going to do it because I already have my dashboard open here. So let's go to our dashboard, and on your left side, you will see Elementor here. Put your mouse cursor on it, and you are going to see this option. Then click on Theme Builder. So let's click on it, and it's going to bring us to this part. And here you are going to see all the template that you created. So we need to create another template again. So you see add new, click on add new, and here we need a loop item template, and this is the loop item template. So let's click on it to create it. So it's going to load, and when it's finished loading, Elementor is going to give us some pre-made template to work with, but we are going to close it and create our loop item template from scratch. And this is what I was talking about. So let's close it, and we need to create it from scratch. So we are in our working environment now. And here at the up, you can see Elementor has given us a generic name, which we want to rename it by going to the settings here. So here on the setting, you see title. So let's name this one. Is going to be post. Okay, let's say blog post. So you can name it anything, blog post loop. So you can name it anything, so that whenever you go to your template part, you'll be able to identify the specific template. So after that, let's start designing our template. So let's click on this plus button. It's going to take you to this flex button. Click on it, and we need a 2-column container. So let's click this 2-column container, and it's being created now. So let's publish it, and let's select this, and let's go to style. So let's go to style, and on background type, click on classic. Color, let's give it a background color of white, like this. So after that, click outside, close this category, open the border. So on the border as well, come below, you see border radius. Let's give it a border radius of 20. Okay, and I think it is looking good now. So let's publish it. So let's go to our reference site. So this is what we are designing, right? So this is what we are designing. So let's look on what do we have to do again. So let's go back to our working environment and apply all these elements. So we are back here. This is our template working environment. So let's select this first container. Let's select this first container, go to advanced, and remove the padding of that container. So let's uncheck this padding. So after that, let's go to layout. So on layout, we are going to give it a width of 40%. So let's make it 40%. I think it is okay. So let's select the second one as well. Go to advanced, remove the padding, go to layout, and make that one 60%, like this. And after that, let's select the parent container here and go to layout, and let's come below and give it some gap. Okay, and let's give it some gap here of 30, like this. And that is not all. Let's go up again, go to advanced, and also let's give the parent container some padding of 30, like this. And as you can see, everything is looking good. So let's publish it, and after that, let's go to our element panel. Let's look for another element called image. So let's drag this image in the first container. So after that, we are going to make this image dynamic by clicking on this dynamic tag. So once you click on this dynamic tag, you are going to see feature image selected, and that is going to bring our blog post feature image. So after that, you see image resolution, click on it and select custom. So here, give it a value of 400 by 400 and apply it. Good. So after that, let's go to style. So on style, let's give it some border radius here. So come below, you see border radius. So let's give it a border radius of 15, like this, and publish it. So now we can start working on the second container. So let's go to our element panel and let's look for another element called heading. So let's drag this heading inside this second container. So after that, let's come to our control panel. We are going to see this dynamic tag. Click on the dynamic tag. Come below, you see post terms. Click on post terms, and let's click on this icon here. Click on it, and here you will see taxonomy. Click on it and change it to category, and automatically it's going to bring our blog post category here. So after that, click outside and let's go to style. So on style, you can start styling this. So let's change the typography by going to typography, change the font family to popping. You can always set your font family, okay, but I don't want to do that, right? So let's continue. On the font size, enter the value of 16 and the thickness of 500 medium. So after that, click outside, publish it, and let's check our reference size. We need this color. So what we have to do, we need this color. So let's go back to our working environment. So let's change the color, and I think we have the color here. So let's select it. Let's select the other one. Okay, this one. So let's go to our element panel again and add another element, and that is going to be our post title. So let's look for heading element. Drag the heading element in the second container like this. So we are also going to make it dynamic. So on the control panel, you can see this dynamic tag. Click on it and select post title. So after selecting the post title, it's going to bring our blog post title. So let's go to style and let's style it. Okay, so let's go to typography, change the font family to popping. You can see we are using popping, so that is why it is advisable for you to set your global font, but I am not going to do that. So after that, on the font size, let's give it a value of 32, and we are going to maintain the thickness as 600. So let's come below and give it some line height, right? Let's give it some line height, and we are going to, and that's going to be a value of 38 for the line height, like this. So let's go to the style, click outside. After that, click outside, and let's change the color also to this dark color. Okay, so click outside, and I think everything is looking good. So let's publish it. All right, so let's preview our site, and we have to add this element as well. So let's go back and look for another element called text editor. So drag the text editor inside the container, the second container. So after that, we are also going to make it dynamic. So come to the left side of the control panel, you see this dynamic tag, click on it, and here we are going to select post exempt, select it, and after that, click on this icon here, click on it, and the exempt length, let's put in a value of 29. Okay, and apply to post content, let's click on yes, and let's go to advanced, and after, let's add this dot to it, just 4 dots like this. So after that, click outside and go to style, and let's style it. So let's go to typography, and let's change the font family to popping. So select it, and let's increase the font size to 16, and we are going to maintain the thickness. So let's go below and give it a line height. Okay, so let's select it, let's give it a line height of 29 pixels like this, and publish it. So we can play with the color, we can make the color a little bit darker if we want, but not that much. Okay, so let's publish it again. Good. And here, what we are going to do, let's go to our home page right now. So let's go to our home page. Here we are in our home page. So let's go to our control panel. Let's click on our control panel, and let's look for another widget or element called loop grid or loop carousel. So here we need a loop grid here. So let's drag this loop grid inside the first column container here. Leave it. We are going to have all these options. Come to the control panel on your left side, and you are going to see choose a template below here. Select it and look for the template we just created, and that is going to be our blog post. Okay, this blog post loop. So after selecting it, it's going to bring everything here like this. So on the column here, on the control panel, you can see column, put the column number to 1, and we are going to have this arrangement, and this is what we want. So let's publish it. So after publishing it, you can see you have achieved it very nicely. By checking on our reference site, we need to add this last text. So let's go back and add it. So what we can do, we can just click here or come back here again on our loop item template working environment. So this is our loop item template working environment, and I have that open in a different tab here. Okay, so that's why I can always come back to the home page and go back here. So what we are going to do, we are going to add that text. So let's go back to our element panel again and look for an widget or element called icon list. So let's select this icon list below in the second container. So once it is here in the control panel, you are going to see all this option. Close this, close this. Okay, so after that, let's leave one, or we can duplicate it. Right, so let's open it, and here on the text you can see this dynamic tag. Let's select this dynamic tag, and here we are going to select post date. Okay, so select post date like this, and we can change the icon by going to the icon library and look for icon, a calendar icon. So you can type in calendar and select the calendar icon. So after that, let's go to the second option. Let's open it and click on the dynamic tag again. So once you click on it, you select post time. Select the post time and come below on the icon library. Change the icon to an icon, a clock icon. This one, select it. Good. So after that, come to the up here, you see layout, click on inline like this, and that is okay. So after that, let's go to style, come below on text, go to typography, change the font family to popping, and the font size, give it a value of 14, leave the thickness as 400 like this. So let's go to the icon, and the icon, let's change the icon color to this gray color. We can make it lighter if you want, like lighter like this, a little bit lighter. Okay, I'll copy the color and apply the same thing to the text. So from here, we can just increase the font, the icon size a little bit, or we can make it 15. It's okay. So after that, let's go below to the text again and paste this gray color here like this. Good. And let's publish it. So let's come back here and let's refresh our page. Let's refresh this. It is loading, so let's give it some little bit of time. So once it's finished loading, you are going to see. Okay. So let's go below, and as you can see, we are having our text here, and we have achieved it very nicely. Okay, so this is how to achieve it. So let's go back to our control panel. Here we are inside our control panels, but let's bring this structure first. So by bringing this structure, let's click, and I keep saying always this structure, whenever you are working, this structure is very important. And the reason why this structure is important is that whenever you are working here and you want to select an element in your working environment, by mistake you may select a different element which you don't want, but you want to select that specific element. So the reason why I brought it up, because I wanted to select the widget that was used to apply this. So if I click on it, it's going to take me to the loop item editor working environment, but that is not what I want. So to do that, I can open this, no, this container rather, and I will see loop item here. Okay, but always name your container so that you know, okay, which container is this. So This one, you can just double click on it and write blog post. Okay, blog post A. Okay, for this container here. So you can name it. So under it, we are having this loop grid. So select this loop grid. This is what I want to select. Select this loop grid. So after selecting it, you can see we have all these options here, right? So on item per page, let's make it 9. We want 9 items to show per page. Okay, so you can see 9 items are going to show per page. Good. So after that, let's close it. You are going to see this query. This query is also important, but I'm not going to talk much about it. If you want me to make a detailed video about everything, I'm going to make a detailed video. Just let me know. So this query, if you want to select a specific category to show on the blog post, you can do that here, but I'm going to leave everything as default. So if you want to do that, you can do that on the query. So on the pagination, let's open the pagination and let's select the pagination. So the pagination is the navigation that we are going to see below here. So here, let's select the pagination that we want, and we want load on a click. So select load on a click, and automatically you are going to see the button here. So let's change the color of the button. So if you also want to change the text, you can do that. You can see it here. So you can change the text here, which I'm not going to do. I'm going to leave it to default. So let's go to style and start styling this button. So on style, on pagination, you can see we are on pagination style here. So let's apply the color. Let's use this color for our pagination, and our text color, let's make it white like this, and everything is looking good. Let's publish it. So after that, let's change the typography also by going to the typography, change the font family to Poppin. Okay, and increase the font size to 16 like this, and maintain the thickness as 500. So from here, click outside, and you are going to see border radius here on the pagination. Okay, so you are going to see border radius. So we are on the pagination still. So when you see border radius, give it a value of 30 to make it this way, and that is all what we want. So after that, let's publish it, and now let's preview and see what we did. So let's go below. Coming below, you can see we have achieved it very nicely. So when you come below, you see we are having this. So if you want to see more content, you can click on more, and it's going to load and show you more content, as you can see. Yes, so this is the benefit of the pagination. So this, we have finished with the first container. So let's go to our working environment and create our next container. But let's check our reference site first. So this is the second container we are going to work on, this one. So we are going to work on right now. So let's go to our working environment and also achieve that. So back to our working environment. We are here in our working environment, and let me finish one thing. And as you can see here, you can see we give a gap here, about 40 gap, okay, pixels for gap here, but I want this gap and this gap to be the same. So let's give this one to 40 pixels. So you can do that. So let's go to the up. So you can do that. We are already on the loop grid on the home page. So let's close this pagination and open this layout. So you can see gap between row. So let's give this row 40. So let's go back below. You can see 4, and so I'll add 0, and now you can see the gap is large, and looking at this gap and this gap look the same. So let's publish it and start working on our next container. So we are going to work on our next container, and our next container is what is on our right now. You are seeing here, you can see this container. So let's select this container. Okay, and let's go to our control panel. So let's go to style first. So on style, let's give it some background color. So let's go to background type, click on classic color, click on it and give it some white color like this. So after that, click outside and close this category, open the border category. Let's open the border category and let's give it some border radius of 20. Good. So after that, let's close this and let's go to advanced and let's give it some padding as well. So let's check this and give it some padding of 30. Good. So after that, let's publish it and we can now start adding our element. So let's go to our element panel and look for heading element. Type heading, drag the heading element inside this container. But first of all, what we want to do, we want to add a container so that we can put the element inside that container. So let's go back. Let's rather look for a container element or widget. So let's drag this container inside here like this. So select it, select the container, go to advanced, remove the padding. Okay, then we can add our element inside this container by going to our element panel and look for heading. So here, let's drag this heading inside this container, right? So after dragging it, let's go to our reference site. Let's go up here. We need this title, so let's copy this title back to our working environment here. So here, let's paste it. So after pasting it, we can style it by going to style. So on typography, click on it. So change the font family to poppin and the font size, give it a value of 20. The thickness, maintains the thickness at 600. So after that, change the color to dark color like this, and everything is looking good. Yes, okay, I think everything is looking good. So let's publish it and let's check our reference site, and we have to create another loop item. So let's go to our working environment again and do that. So to do that, I want to go inside the dashboard and create my template. So this is our previous template that we created. So let's exit by clicking on this icon, click on exit to WordPress, click on it, and it's going to take us back to our dashboard. And here we are going to see Elementor here. Go to Elementor to Team Builder, click on Team Builder, and it's going to take you to your template part. And this is all the template that we created. So we need to create another one. So come to the right side, you see Add New, click on Add New, and this is going to open. So once it opens, all what we need is the loop item. Click on the loop item, and the loop item is going to be created and it's going to take us to our loop item working environment. Elementor has given us some pre-made template, but we are going to close it, and all what we need is to create everything from scratch. And this is the generic name that Elementor has given it to us, but we want to name it so that we can know what template we are working on. So let's name this one Aside Blog Post. Aside Blog Post Loop. Okay, so you can name it anything. Okay, you don't have to name it the way I am doing mine. You can name it anything that you can remember. So let's publish it. So after that, let's click on this plus button and let's click on this flex box. We need a 2-column container. So let's click on this 2-column container, and our container is being created. So let's select this container and go to advanced, remove the padding, select this container, go to advanced, remove the padding, select this one too, go to advanced and remove the padding. And what we are going to do, let's select this container, go to layout and give it a width of 30%. Okay, and select this one and also go to layout and give it a width of 70% like this. And after that, select this parent container and go to layout here and give it a gap of 20 pixels. Give it a gap of 20 pixels, this gap, and that's all what we need. So after that, just publish it, and let's go back to our element panel and look for an element called image. So drag the image inside the first container, and we are going to make this image dynamic. So click on the dynamic tag and select feature image here. So after that, on the image resolution, click inside, select custom, and apply this value 400 by 400. Then apply it like this. So after that, go to style and let's give it some border radius. So let's give it some border radius of 15. Okay, and it is okay. Let's publish it and let's check our reference side. We need this title. So let's go back to our working environment and let's go to our element panel and look for heading element. Drag the heading element inside the second container, and on the control panel, click on this dynamic tag and select post title. So after that, let's go to style. So on style, we are going to change the font family by clicking on typography, change the font family to Poppin. So, and give it a value, a size of 20 pixels. And we are going to keep the thickness to 400 like this. And I think it's looking good. So from here, we can just change the color to our dark color. Okay. Like this, or we can keep it to 500. You can make it 500 if you want the thickness, right? If the thickness, we can make the thickness 500. So let's click on it again. If you are not okay, so you can just do it the way you want, but let's make it 400. It's okay. So after that, let's publish it and let's look for another element called icon list. So let's drag the icon list below, and what we are going to do, delete this one, delete this, and we are also going to make it dynamic. Let's click on the dynamic tag and select post date, and that is all. So let's go to our the icon library and let's change the icon to calendar. Let's select calendar. Okay, so after that, let's go to style, let's go to text, let's change the typography to Poppin. The font family, let's change it to Poppin, and the font size, give it 14. And also let's go to the icon, let's change the icon color to this dark color, this gray color like this. Okay, let's make it a little bit this. Let's copy this. We are going to apply it to the text too. Okay, so here, click outside, and also let's go to the text, change the text color here like this. Okay, here let's select the text. So text color, let's paste this hashtag and paste this. Okay, like this, and I think it's okay. So you can just play with the settings the way you want, but we are going to maintain this. So after that, let's go to our home page. This is our home page. Okay, this is our home page. So here on our home page, let's go to our element panel and look for a widget called loop grid. So this loop grid, let's drag this loop grid in the container here like this. And after that, you are going to see these settings. So come below, you see choose a template. So let's choose our template we just created, and that's going to be aside blog post. Okay, so let's select it. So after selecting it, the column, let's make it 1. Okay, like this. And as you can see, we have achieved it nicely. So here on the item per page, let's write 3 here because we only want 3 to show here. Okay, and everything is looking good right now. So we can just publish it and preview and see what we did. Okay, so this is what we did. Okay, so you can always go back to our working environment and adjust some of the text. I can see it is bigger here. So let's go back to our loop item template working environment in here. So let's select this text again. And then let's go to typography. Click on typography. Let's change the font size to 16. Okay, and let's make the thickness to 500. Okay, and let's give it some line height too of about 24 pixels. 24 pixels like this, and I think this is looking good. So let's publish this, and let's go to our working environment for our home page here. We are in our home page now, and let's refresh it. So let's refresh our home page. So this is how you are going to do to achieve everything step by step. But just follow my step and you'll be able to achieve whatever I am doing here. So it is loading. So I think as soon as it's finished loading, then you can see it's looking perfect now. Okay, so there's one more thing we want to do. So let's select this. Let's select this, and let's go to advanced. So on advanced, uncheck this. Okay, and let's give it some margin uncheck the margin, and let's give it some top margin. So let's give it some margin. Let's give it some negative margin. Just a couple of negative margin, like 10 pixels. It's okay. Let's publish it. And again, let's refresh our page. Okay, so after that, let's go below, and okay, it's looking good. So we are done with that. So let's come below and let's check our reference site. We need to create another one, and that's going to be our form below here. So let's go to our working environment. So we are done with this, so we can close this window. Let's close this window, and we are in our home page here. So what we are going to do, let's go up, click this container, and then duplicate it. Right click on it, then duplicate it. So once we duplicate, we are going to have two here. So we can duplicate it again. We can duplicate it again. Right? Let's duplicate it again. Okay, and we have three. So let's come below on this one. Then let's delete the text inside this container, the middle one. So what I'm going to do, let's bring this structure. So let's bring this structure. Okay. So you can see, let's select this, and we have these two containers. So let's click on the second one, and the second one has these three containers. Okay. So always name your containers. Okay, please name it so that it will be easy for you to identify. Right. So let's select this middle one. Good. So that's what I'm working on. So after selecting it, I want to select this grid. So and delete this grid. Okay, delete it. So let's hide this again. Okay, so this is a media container. So I just made 3 duplications. So this is what I am doing. You can see we are going to use the same post here below. So that is why I duplicate it to have 3. So I'm using the same container to design this form. So this is the middle one. So let's go back and design this form. So let's go back, and here in our working environment, we are here in our working environment here. Okay, so let's select this container, and we can even give some margin here. Okay, so let's go to advanced and change the units to EM. Uncheck this and give it some top margin about 3 EM. Okay, to have enough space here. So publish it, and let's add our form. Okay, let's add our form. So let's go to this element panel and look for form. Let's look for form, but before, let's check our reference site. You can see, let's add this text before we can add this form. So let's go back to our working environment, click on this container, go to style, and on style, let's select a background color that is going to be classic, and let's select this color. Good, I think this color. Okay, so after that, we are also going to give it some border radius. So let's go to border and give it some border radius of 15. So let's give it a border radius of 15. Good. And let's add some text element. So let's go to our element pattern and look for this text element heading. Drag the heading inside. And you can see there's no padding inside that container. So let's give it some padding. So let's select that container and let's go to advanced. And here on padding, let's give it a top padding of 20, a top padding of 40, then a right padding of 25, a bottom padding of 25, and a left padding of 25, like this. Okay, so now let's select the text element and go back to style and go to typographic. Select the typography, change it to popping. Okay, so after that, let's copy this text from here back to our working environment and paste it. Let's go to content and paste it here. Okay, and everything is looking good. So after that, let's go to our style, typography again, and here let's give it a value of 32 and maintain the 600 bold. Okay, so let's change the color also. I think it's going to be white color. So white color here. Okay, and publish it. So you can always come back and adjust everything, right? So if you forget to do something, you can always come back and adjust it. So let's add another element, and that's going to be our text element. So let's look for text editor. So let's drag the text editor inside here like this. So after that, let's copy this text. Copy. We can paste it here and recopy it again like this, and back to our working environment and paste it below here. Okay, so after that, we are going to increase the font size. Let's style it by going to style. So on style, you click on typography. So on top typography, change the font family to popping, and the font size, give it a font size of 20 pixels. We are going to maintain the thickness as 400, and let's change the color to white. Okay, let's change it to white like this. So everything is looking good. Publish it, and let's select this container again. Go to layout and come below on align item, click center. Okay, and select this text element and alignment here, click center to center it like this. So now we can add a form. So let's go to our element panel and look for form. So here you are going to see form here. Drag the form below, and let's drag it below. So this is our form. So let's customize this form. So we don't need this message, so remove the message. So we are going to leave everything, but we don't need this label, so remove the label too as well. So here on input, select medium input and close this one, and come to the bottom here. On the bottom size to select medium, and on the submission here, write in subscribe. Okay, like this, and publish it. So after that, let's go to style and start styling all this. So let's go to style. So on style, let's go to third. So on the third, let's change the third color to dark color here, and let's check our reference site, your name, your email address inside the third. So let's go to our working environment and click outside. So we can do that by going to this content again, and here on the placeholder, let's write here your name. So it should be your name. Okay, and close it, open this second one, and here on the placeholder, write your email, then add the address at the last address like this, then publish it. Okay, so let's go back to the style and continue with our style. So here on text, on the field here, on the typography, let's change the typography to popping, and it's going to be popping. And the font size is 16, and we are going to maintain the thickness as 400. Click outside, and here the border, let's uncheck the border. Let's remove the border. We don't need any border here, and we need the border radius, so let's give it a border radius of 30. Okay, let's check this. All right, so let's give it a border radius of 30 like this, and it's looking good. So let's go to the bottom too. Let's change the bottom background color to white. Let's change it to white. Sorry, let's come back. Okay, so background color here, change it to white. Okay, so let's also change our text color too as well to dark color. Our text color, let's change it to dark color, sorry. Dark color rather here. Okay, so this is the preview one. Okay, so, but we are not going to do anything because we are not going to use any preview button here. So let's leave it so, and let's go below and also give it a border radius of 30 like this. Okay, and let's go to hover, and let's give it some hover color. So the same hover color, let's check. Okay, the hover color is going to be just dark color. So here on the hover color, so click on the hover color. Here the hover background color is going to be, let's make it this one, let it transparent like this. Okay, no. Okay, I think, okay, so let's make this one black. It's okay, this look good. So let's maintain it. So you can try anything. Okay, so I just wanted to make it lighter, but I'm going to maintain this dark color like this. Okay, and I think everything is looking good. So after that, click outside, and that is all. Let's publish it and preview. So it's loading here. So once it's finished loading, you are going to see, and you can see we have achieved it nicely. So let's give it some gap here. So let's go back to our working environment, close this, open the form here, and you can see the space, the gap here. So let's give it some gap. So let's increase this like 25. Let's give it 25. It's too much. So let's make it 10, 15. Let's make it 15. Okay, so I think 15 is okay. Right, so let's maintain a 15. Publish it. Okay, and I think everything is looking good. Everything is looking perfect and good. So here we need another blog post here, which we duplicated the first one at the up here to have this. So let's go back to our working environment. Here, this is our working environment, and let's give it some space. So let's select this container, go to advanced, change the unit of the margin. Let's give it some margin here. So let's uncheck this margin and give it some top margin, about 3 em to have this enough gap, or we can reduce it a little bit. Okay, like this, and publish it. Okay, so after that, let's duplicate, let's check our reference site. Okay, this, so let's duplicate the container again, this one, let's duplicate this one. Right, so after that, let's select this, delete this one. So let's go to our, let's select, go to our structure. Let's bring this structure. Okay, so let's select this structure again, and you can see this is the first container, second container. So this last container, let's select this and delete this one and hide the structure. And this container is what we need. And what we are going to do is copy this text from here Copy this text, come below and paste it inside this container. Good. And let's go to our element panel and look for another element or widget called a social icon. So drag it below, and we are going to duplicate this one. And after that, alignment, let's send it to the left like this. And on the shape here, let's change it to circle. Good. So let's go to style and decrease the size. Let's play with the size. So we can play with the size the way we want. Okay. So, and the space, let's add some spaces. Okay. So you can change it. You can change this icon. You can put, let's change this icon by going to the icon library and look for Pinterest. Change it to Pinterest. Okay, so that's all. So let's publish it and preview what we did. So after finishing with this, you can see we are done with our container. So let's go back to our working environment. So here in our homepage working environment, what we are going to do, let's select this container. So after selecting this container, go to advanced. So close this category and open Moshi effect. So you come here, you see sticky here, select top. Okay, so after that, come below and stay in column, put it on and publish it. So after that, let's preview our site and check. This is our previous site and see what we did. So coming below, you can see we have achieved everything nicely and perfect. Okay, so we're done with our home page very nicely. So let's check our reference site. So after finishing with everything, we need to design our footer. So let's go back and design our footer section. So we are back in our dashboard and we are ready to create our footer template. So to create our footer template, let's go to the Elementor here on your left side. Once you are in your dashboard, on your left side, come below, you see Elementor, put your mouse cursor on it, and you are going to have this option. Then click on Theme Builder. So once you click on Theme Builder, it's going to take you to the template part. And this is all the template that we created. So we need another template called a footer template. So let's click on Add New, which is going to take us here, and you can see footer here. Click on footer and our template is going to be created for us. So Elementor and WordPress are going to give us some pre-made templates which we don't want. So let's close it and we are going to create our own from scratch. So here it has given you a generic name. So let's change the name by going to these settings, and on the title here, just click and change the title. You can make it main footer. Okay, so it should be our main footer. So let's publish it, add a condition to the entire website. So let's save it. So once we save it, then we are ready to start designing our footer. So let's click on this plus button, click on this flex box, and click on this first column container. So our footer section is created. Click on the section here, go to advanced and check the padding. Give it a top padding of 80, bottom padding of 80. And after that, let's go to layout. Let's give it a width of 1300. And let's come back to the advanced again, and let's give it some margin. So let's uncheck it, change the unit to EM. Let's give it a margin about 2. Okay, like this, and publish it. So right now you can also give it a white background. Let's give it a background color, and that's going to be our white background color. Okay, so let's publish it, and after that, let's add our element, and that's going to be a grid. It's going to be grid. So let's drag our grid elements here, and on the settings, we are going to make the row 1. Let's make the row 1, and let's maintain the column as 3. So let's go to advanced and let's remove the padding. Okay, uncheck it to remove the padding. Come back to layout and come below here, just give it some space, some gap of 40 40 like this, and let's publish it. So now we can start adding our element. Let's go to our element panel and look for heading elements. Drag the heading elements here. But first of all, let's add a container. Okay, so I didn't add the element. Okay, I stopped. So let's look for a container rather. Let's look for a container. So let's drag the container inside this grid. Good. So let's remove the padding of that container. Let's remove the padding. And now we can add our heading element inside that container. So let's put it inside. Let's go to our reference site, copy this text back to our working environment and paste it here. So from here we can now style the text. Okay, so let's go to style. On style, let's go to typography, change the font family to poppin like this, and the font size make it 20. Let's keep the thickness at 600. Let's change the color to this dark color. Okay, and it's looking good. So let's go back and add another element, text element, and that's going to be text editor. Let's drag it below. So we can go back to our reference site and copy this text. So after copying, let's paste it here and copy it. So we can copy it back from here and back to our working environment. Let's paste it. Okay, like this. So let's go to style and let's style it by going to typography, change the font family to poppin, and on the font size, let's make it 16 and 400. Okay, so we can make the color a little darker if you want. You can play with the setting the way you want. So I think this is okay. So let's see what we have. We need a form. So let's go back and add a form. Let's add a form element inside the same container. So we are going to delete this. We only need, and we don't need this label. So we are going to remove it. Input size, let's make it medium. Let's close it, go to bottom on the size here to make it medium like this, and everything is looking good. So okay, so let's go back and make some adjustment. Let's go to style. So on style, let's go to third here. So on border radius, let's make it 30. And on the border, we are going to leave it. So let's go to bottom too. So the bottom color, we are going to change the bottom color to this color. And also the bottom radius, let's make it 30 like this. And after that, let's go back to the content. Here, let's go back to the content. And let's do some changes here. Let's come back to the column wide here and make it 60%. Close it. Go to the bottom too. Make the bottom 25%. Or we can, yes, let's make it 25%. Okay, like this. So after that, let's go to the form settings here. But we want to remove some. Let's go back to the style again. Okay, let's go back to the style and the third here. And the third here. Let's remove some of the width. Okay, the border. So that we are going to remove some of the border to 8. Okay. We don't want border here. Okay. So what we are going to do is go to the form and the spacing. So let's see some space. So let's see this gap. You can play with the settings, right? Let's play with the settings and let's do the same thing to this one. So let's go back. This back, we don't need a border radius at the back here. So let's go back. Let's go to this one. So border radius, we don't need this. I think we don't need this. So let's uncheck it. So let's make this one 30. Then this one to 30. this one rather 30. Okay, like this. So we are going to do the same to this one, to the bottom too. So let's go to the bottom and make some changes to that. So you can play with the settings, right? So here we are going to remove this one. Okay, let's give this one some border radius, and this one to some border radius, like this. Okay, so after that, that's all what we want. Let's publish it. Okay, so with the text, you can change the content, the text content. Let's go to this by going to the content again here. So let's go to the bottom. You can write subscribe. Subscribe here, like this, and you can play with the settings. So I'm not going to do anything here, so you can just play with the settings. So let's go back and let's add this element. So what we can do here, we can just bring another container. We can just bring another container here and remove the padding, and we are going to copy this text, paste it below. Okay, like this, and then we are going to change the information as follow us. So let's write it this way. So after that, we are going to add another element, and that's going to be social icon. Bring the social icon inside this container. Let's duplicate it to make it 4. Send it to the left. So after that, let's change the shape to circle. So let's go to style. So on style, on the size, we can play with the size. Okay, we can play with the size the way we want, like this. Okay, so I think it's okay. So let's publish it. So from here, what we can do, we can just duplicate this container. We can just duplicate it and duplicate it again. Okay, so here we are going to delete this one. We are going to delete this again, and also delete this. Then let's go to our home. So here on our home, we are going to copy this one. We are going to copy this, but let's select this container, bring the structure, open it. So what we need this first column here. We need this loop. So let's copy the loop here and go back, and below let's delete this, and let's delete this one too. Let's delete this one too. No, let's leave it and paste it here. Okay, so after that, let's come to our control panel, and item per page, change it to 2, from 3 to 2. Okay, so after that, let's save it. And what we are going to do here, we are also going to delete this, and let's delete this one, and we are going to leave that text. Okay, so let's delete the font from here. Let's delete these containers too. Okay, so we can publish it, and let's preview our website. So we can just change the content here. So let's copy this content, latest post, back to our working environment. Let's replace it, go back, copy this tag, back here, select this. So you can change the content and put the content that you want. So after that, let's go to our home page and preview what we did. So let's preview our site, and you are going to see what we did right now. Okay, so we've designed our footer section. So we are done with our footer section right now. So checking our footer section, our reference site again, I can see that we have this text below. So let's go inside our working environment and complete that. So back in our working environment, our footer working environment. So let's add another section, another container. So let's click on this plus button, click on this flex box, and click on this container here, and our section is going to be created for us. So let's select this, let's go to advanced. So on padding, let's uncheck this padding and let's give it some custom padding. So we are going to give it a top padding of 10 and a bottom padding of 40, like this. So after that, let's go to layout and let's give it a width of 1300. So publish it, let's go to style and let's give it a background color as white, like the same thing as this one, like this, so that it look the same. So after that, we can just add another element. I wanted to copy this one, but let's add another element by going to our element panel and look for icon list. So let's drag our icon list inside this. So let's delete everything and leave one. So from here, the icon, let's change the icon to copy. So we need this copyright. So select this copyright, and then let's go to our reference site and let's copy this text from here. Copy the text back to our footer working environment and let's paste it. So you paste it and you are going to have this text. So let's go to style and style the text. So go to text, typography, change it to popping. So you change it to popping. The font size, change it to 16, like this. So after that, so let's see. Yeah, it's looking good. So from here, we are going to leave everything. And let's go to the icon. Let's change the icon color to this gray color. This gray color. Okay. It's okay. So everything is looking good. So let's publish it. And now let's preview. And we have achieved our footer very nicely. So because of the network, that's why it's looking like this. So don't worry. Okay, because of my network. So you can see, okay, my footer is very aligned very nicely. So this is what we did, and we have designed the home page and everything very nicely. So if you are new to this channel and you still haven't subscribed to this channel, kindly subscribe as I keep posting more helping video like this. So let's continue our lesson. So we are going to continue our lesson and build a fully functional website. So we are not only building the home page. So here on the category, when you click on it, you can see how the category is going to look, and it doesn't look good. You can see it here, but this is our reference site and this is the category of our reference site. You can see how this interface look. So when you click on the other one, that the health, you are going to see how it's looking. You can see it look good. So we are going to design it, and it's called an archive page. So let's go to our dashboard and create a template for this. So let's go to our dashboard. So here we are back in our dashboard in our template part. Okay, so you already know how to create a template. So here we are in our template part. So we are going to create a template for our archive page. So on your right side, you can see add template. Click on add template, and here you are going to see all your templates. Click on archive template, click on it, and it's going to create our template for us. So it is loading. Let's give it some little bit of time. So here Elementor is going to give us some pre-made template, but we want to create our template from scratch. So let's close it, and here we are in our working environment. And here you can also rename the template. Okay, Elementor has given us a general name. So if to do that, go to the settings and you can rename it, which I am not going to do that. So let's come back. So our working environment is ready for us to start designing. So come below and let's create our template. So click on this plus button and click on this flex box and click on this first container. Our container is being created. So select the container here go to advanced, and on advanced we are going to give it some padding. So let's uncheck this and let's give it some padding up 40 and padding bottom 40. Let's remove the padding. Okay, let's remove the padding and let's add a container inside this. But before, let's go to the layout. On layout on the wide here, let's give it a value of 1300. So after that, let's go to our element panel and look for container, and let's drag this container inside here like this. After that, let's select it. So let's go to advanced and let's give it some padding. We can give it some padding. So let's check this. Okay, then we can give it some padding. So back here, so let's close this. We are done with this, so let's close it. And so let's close whatever we don't need. Okay, so back to our working environment. So here, let's select this container and check this padding. So let's give it a padding top of 40, bottom of 40, like this. So after that, we are going to give it a background image. So let's go to style. So on style, let's select classic. On background tab, you select classic, and here let's choose image. So we are going to choose our image from our image library. So we are going to have this image. So let's click on it and select it. So we have selected our image, and here in our control panel there are some settings that we have to adjust. So on display size, click on cover, on repeat, no repeat, position, center, like this. And also we can see we want to add a little bit of background overlay. So let's go to the background overlay and let's click on this classic and let's give it a white color like this. And I think this is okay. We can maybe reduce it. Okay, we can reduce it, and that's okay. So after that, click outside and let's go to the border, and here on the border, let's give it some border radius of about 18. Okay, and also let's give it some solid border. Let's give it some solid border also. The thickness, let's make it 15. We can make it 15, or we can make it 10. I think 10 is okay, but let's make it 15 and change the color. So you can just play with the settings. So change the color, okay, to white. Good. So after that, let's publish it, add a condition, and we are going to select all archive. So let's save it, okay, like this, and it's being saved. So after that, what we are going to do, let's select this container, go to advanced, and let's give it some margin. So let's uncheck this, change the unit to EM, give it some top margin about 3 EM or 2 EM. Okay, so after that, publish it. So I think let's make it 2 and publish it. So it's going to save. So once it's saved, you can start adding our element. So here we can add another element, and that is going to be container again. So let's add another container inside this. So after adding our container, let's select that container. Let's go to style and give it a background color of white. Good. So after that, let's go to border. Let's give it a border radius of 15. So when you are done, go to layout and come below. On layout, you are going to see the wide. Let's give it a percentage. We are going to reduce it, so make it 60%, like this. So after that, select the parent container, go to layout, and on align item, click on center. Okay, it didn't happen because I selected this parent container, but I need to select this container here. So let's select this container and go to layout and come back to align item center, and it's going to center it like this. So let's go back to our element panel and let's select this container as well. Go back to advanced and just add some padding, 30. Okay, so let's go to layout. Let's go to our element panel and look for heading elements. Heading elements. First, let's go to our references and check. Okay, this is the element we need, and that's going to be archive title. So we don't need a heading element, we rather need an archive title. So we are going to, you can see it here, archive title. So let's drag it inside this container. So after that, let's click on this icon here and let's check this like this. Let's uncheck it. So when you are done, let's go to style. So on style, let's go to typography, click on the font family, change the font family to popping. The font size, give it a value of 40, and the thickness, we are going to leave the thickness. So let's publish it. So let's change the color. Let's click on the color here, the text color. Let's make it darker. Okay, everything is looking good. So after that, let's select this container, go to layout, on align item, click on center to center it like this. So let's go to our element panel and look for text editor. Drag our text editor here like this. Let's go to our reference site, copy this text. Let's paste the text here and recopy it. And let's recopy it. Good. Back to our working environment and paste it here. So after that, let's style it by going to style, typography, change the font family to popping, increase the font size, give it a value of 20. We are going to leave the thickness. So let's come below, let's change the color a little bit, let's make it a little bit darker. It's okay. So let's center it like this and everything is looking good. Let's publish it. So after that, we are going to click on this. We are going to create another section. Let's click on this section, create a 2-column container. So let's select our 2-column container like this. So what we can do, let's delete this one. Okay, we don't need to design it again, we already designed it. So let's go to our home page. So this is what we need. Okay, we don't have to design it again because we already have it here. So let's copy it here with Elementor. You can do copy and paste. So let's copy the whole of this section and back to our archive working environment and paste it here like this. Boom, and we have it. So we don't have to create it again. You can see. So we have it nicely, so we don't have to create it again. So after that, select it. Okay, select it, go to advanced and let's give it some margin. So let's check the unit to EM and uncheck this. Let's give it some top margin. Okay, I think it's okay. So let's publish it. So after that, let's select it. Let's bring this structure. So let's open this. Let's bring this structure here. So let's open it and select this. So after selecting this container, let's open this container, select the loop. So after selecting the loop grid, go to the control panel. Okay, so close this category, open the query category, and here on the source, change it to current query. So select it like this, and after that, just publish it. Okay, so that is all very nicely. So let's go to our home page and let's preview our site. So after previewing our site very nicely, so let's click on nature here and see what is going to happen. Good, you can see now our category is showing nature here. You can see we have achieved it very nicely. Okay, so this is all for archive category. So after that, when you click on your blog post, okay, you can see our blog post is not clickable here, so we can make it clickable by going back to this blog post category, this blog post loop item. So let's go back and make it clickable. So we are here in that specific block, okay, that specific block loop item. So inside the dashboard, so you can always go back and adjust some things on it. So that is what we want to do here. So let's click on it. Let's click on this and let's make it dynamic. Also, you can see link here. So let's click on this dynamic link and click on post URL. Okay, so that's going to make this one clickable. So we can do that and publish it. So after finishing with that, so let's go back to this review site. So this is our home page, right? So let's close this one. So let's preview from our home page again and see what we just did. Okay, so always, you can always go back inside those templates and adjust few things inside. So that is what I just did. So right now you can see that it is clickable. So when we click on it, then it's going to take us to a page, and this is going to take us to this single page. Okay, and this is how our single blog post look. But let's check our reference site. So when we click on any of our reference site images here, so let's click on this one, you can see how our single blog post look here. It look very nice arranged. So we have to design that. So let's go to our working environment and design this right now. So we are back in our dashboard in our template part. So here, to create our template, let's go to the right side. You will see add new, click on add new, and you are going to see single post here. Okay, we need this template, single post. So let's click on it. So our template is going to be created for us. So let's wait. Let's give it some little bit of time. So our template is created for us, and we are now in our single post working environment. So what we need here, let's go back to our home page. So we need this section. So we have already created it, so we don't have to create it again because we are going to apply the same style. So what we are going to do, just click on it and copy it. Just copy and go back to the single post working environment, and here just right click and paste it. Okay, right click and paste it, and you are going to have everything here. So after that, select this parent container and go to advanced. Let's give it some margin, change the unit to EM like this, uncheck this. So let's give it some top margin. Okay, I think 2 EM is okay. So let's publish it. So after that, we don't need this grid loop. So we are going to delete this grid loop. So let's bring our structure, open this structure and select this grid. Let's delete it. And we need this empty container. So when we are done, let's select this container. Let's select this container and let's go to our element panel and let's search for another container. So let's drag this container inside, and after that, let's duplicate it and duplicate it again. Okay, so now we have 3 pieces. So let's select the first one, go to advanced, and let's give it some padding of 30. So let's go to style and give it some background color by going to background type classic, and color, let's give it a white color. So click outside. So after that, let's give it some border radius. So let's close this category. Let's go to border. On here, border radius, let's make it 20. Okay, so when you are done, just publish it. And let's check our reference. What do we have to add? We have to add a container. We have to add a container. So let's go back here. So let's add a container inside by going to our element panel and look for container element, drag it inside, and let's duplicate this container too. So duplicate it, select the first container, go to advanced, remove the padding, and go to layout and give it a minimum height of 500, or let's make it 440 like this. Okay, so here what we can do, we can just add an image if you want. So but let's select this one. Let's go to style, and on style background type select classic, and here on image click on this dynamic tag and select feature image. So after that, you are going to have these settings on display size, select cover, center position, select center like this. So after that, go to border and give it a border radius of 15. Okay, let's publish it. So let's come below, select this container, go to advanced, uncheck the padding, and let's give it a custom padding of right 30, left 30, and let's add some elements by going to our element panel and look for heading elements. Let's drag this heading elements here like this. So let's select it. Let's select the dynamic tag, and let's go to post terms and select this icon here, and here just change it to category like this. So after that, let's go to our style to style it, and go to typography here, change the font family to popping, the font size increases, give it 16, and the thickness, let's make it 400 like this, and we can change the color to this color. Okay, I think this color is okay. So what do we have to add next? We have to add another thing. Okay, and that's going to be our post title. So let's go back to our working environment. So the same method, let's add a heading element. So after adding the heading element, click on this dynamic tag and select post title. So let's go to style, let's go to typography, change the font family to popping, change the font size to 40, give it a value of 40. We are going to leave the thickness the way it is. Okay, so after that, let's change the color to this dark color. Okay, so you can publish it, and then let's add another element, this metadata element. So let's go back and look for another element called icon list. Drag the icon list below. So just on the first one, select it, select the dynamic tag and change it to author name. Okay, so change it to author name, select author name. So after that, select the second one, select the dynamic tag and change it to post date. So select the third one, change the dynamic tag to post time, and after that you can change the icon, change this icon to clock icon, select it. So select this second one to post date, change the icon to calendar icon, and also the author icon, change it to portrait icon like this. So after that, let's on layout here, you can see layout here, click on inline like this, and let's go to style. So on style, on text, typography, change it to popping, increase the font size to about 14, give it a value of 14 like this, and you can make the color lighter. It's okay. So go to the icon, change the icon color to this lighter gray color. And I think the icon size is okay. We are not going to do anything. So let's publish it. So let's check what do we have to add. And now we have to add our content. So let's go back and add that content. So we are going to go to our element panel and look for post content widget or element, and we can see it here. So just drag the post content below. Good. And it's going to bring all our blog post content. As you can see, all our blog post content is here now. So we are having some settings here. So here on typography, let's change the font family to Poppin. Okay, so let's give it a size, a value of 16. And also we can make the color a little bit darker. And I think it's okay. So let's publish it. And then let's come below to this container. You can see we duplicate the container to 3 pieces. So we have 1 and 2, and the first one we already designed it. So let's start with the second one here. So the second one, this is what we are going to do. Let's come below here. We are going to add these icons, these share icons here. We are going to add it. So let's go to our working environment and do that quickly. So here, let's add a background color to this container. So let's go to style, background type. Let's select color white, and let's click outside. Let's go to advanced, and let's give it some padding of 30. Okay, like this. And let's go to style. Let's close this category and give it some border radius of 20. Okay, so from here we can add another element, text element, heading element. So let's drag this heading element. So let's go to our reference site and copy this, share article content. So let's paste it here. Okay, so let's go to style and also style this one by going to typography, change it to Poppin, and increase the font size to 20. You can give it a value of 20. We are going to leave the thickness to 600. Let's change the color to this dark color, and then we can select this container and align it to the middle by going to align item center. Let's select this. Okay, let's select this, align item, let's center it. So after that, we can go to share icon by going to this element panel and look for share buttons. So these share buttons, let's bring these share buttons here. Okay, so we are going to add more share buttons. So by doing that, we can duplicate it, or we can click here and add more. So let's duplicate it and add one more like this. So after that, all what we can do, we can come below and change these settings to icon like this. And we are going to change the shape also to circle. And let's go to the icon and change the icon to maybe this one. Let's make this one Twitter, a LinkedIn. Let's make this one also Pinterest. Let's change this one to Reddit. Okay, and I think everything is looking good, but we have 2 Pinterest, LinkedIn. So let's change one LinkedIn to a different social icon, and it can be Skype like this. So after that, you can just go to style and style it a little bit if you want. So here, I don't want to do any more changes here. So I just want to show you how to achieve it. So if you want to do some changes, you can do any changes you want, but I'm not going to do anything. So let's publish it, and let's come below to the last container and what we are going to add to the last container. So here you might also like this post. So let's go to our working environment. Let's select this container, go to style, select background type, give it a background color of white, and let's go to advanced, give it some padding of 30. Let's close it. Let's go to style, close this category, go to border, give it a border radius of 20, like this, and everything is looking good. So after that, let's copy this text from here. With Elementor, you can do copy and paste. So let's paste it below, and let's center this container by selecting this, and let's go to layout and come below on align item, click on center to center it like this, and let's come below here on the different tabs, and let's copy this text back to our working environment, and let's select this text, let's change it, replace it like this, and after that we can go back to our element panel and look for post, an element called post. So let's look for post, and here we can see post widget or post element. So drag it below here. So we are going to have all these blog posts. So here in our settings on our left side, we can control every settings here. So let's see. Okay, so what we are going to do, we are going to change some few things here. So let's go below. Let's go below. On here on the title, we are going to leave it, and exempt here we are going to remove metadata. We are going to delete the metadata. So just follow my step. Okay, so we are going to do everything on the read more. We don't need a read more, so let's remove it, and let's go to the up again. Let's go to the up. That's one changes that I need to do here, and on the skin here, select it and change it to cast. So we need a card. You see the settings has come back again. Don't worry, we are going to remove it. So here below on the exempt here, uncheck it. On the metadata, remove it, remove this, everything. So read more, just uncheck it. Budget, just uncheck it, we don't need it. Avatar, just uncheck it, we don't need it. So this is all what we want, so we don't need anything again. Okay, and everything is looking good. So we can publish it. So after that, let's go to our home page, and let's preview our site from here, from our home page. So let's preview and see what we did. So this is what we did. Okay, so let's click on one of the blog posts. So let's click on this one, and you can see we have achieved it very nicely. So this is our blog post. You can see everything look beautiful. So coming below, this is what we did. So we did everything nicely. So if you want this gap and this gap to look the same, you can also achieve it by going back to our home page. Okay, our single blog post, So here on our single blog post, we are going to select this container. Okay, we are going to select this container. So let's see. Okay, that's not the container we need. So let's bring this structure. So after bringing this structure, we need this. Okay. So let's go back to our control panel on the left side, layout, come below, and here on gap, let's give it a gap of 40, and you can see it's going to have the same gap. So let's publish it, go to our home page and preview again and check it. Good. So this is what we did so far. So you can see this one is also not clickable. So you can go back inside the loop template of this and make it clickable as I show you how to do it. So let's click on this blog post. Okay, let's click on it, and it's going to take us to our single blog post, which we just designed right now. And you can see our single blog post is looking good. So you can just give some space here, some margin. You can just put some margin if you want, but I'm just going to leave it this way. So you can see the space here is looking good and they are all looking the same. So we have achieved everything very nicely. We started designing this website from scratch and we ended by designing this beautiful newsletter or blog website. So if you follow my step to this point, you should call yourself a web designer because we are also going to achieve the same result as mine. Peace.